Hello students, in the last class we completed the thermodynamic quantity, that is the change in enthalpy and change in the internal energy. Okay, now in this today's lecture we are going to discuss a very important topic in thermodynamics, that is called first law of thermodynamics. It is also known as a FLOT, flat. Okay, now the first law of thermodynamics, it is also known as a law of conservation of energy. It is also referred as a law of conservation of energy. That means energy neither can be created nor can be destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another form. Energy neither can be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted, otherwise transferred from one form to another form. The another definition, the total energy of the universe remains constant. The total energy of the universe remains constant. Okay. And one more definition we have, the total energy of a isolated system remains constant. The total energy of a isolated system remains constant. Otherwise, it is impossible to construct a perpetual motion of a first kind of machine which can work without consuming any form of energy. That means a machine which can work without any external agency. A machine can work without any external agency. Are you getting my point? Such machine is known as a perpetual motion of first kind of machine. It is not possible to construct such type of machine without any external agency. That means without using any external output, it is not possible to get the input. Are you getting my point? If you give the output, then only you will get the input. That means if you want to run a electrical motor, otherwise electrical grinder or mixer, then we have to supply some electrical energy. That means external agency should be required for any machine to work. Such type of machine is called perpetual motion of first kind of machine. If without any external agency, if a machine can work, such type of machine is called perpetual motion of first kind of machine, but it is not possible, that is, it is impossible to construct such type of machine. Are you getting my point? Now, the mathematical expression of a first law of thermodynamics. What is the mathematical expression of a first law of thermodynamics? Consider this is the system. Okay. Now it a initial state, let's suppose state 1. Now what happens? Here system absorbing the heat, that is Q, from the surroundings, and also work done on the system W. Okay, that means surroundings doing the work on the system. Okay. Now initially consider what is the internal energy of a system. Let's suppose U1 or E1. Okay, the system absorbing the Q amount of heat from the surroundings, and also work done on the system will be W. That is, work done on the system from the surroundings will be W. Then obviously its final internal energy changes, which is, let's suppose, U2. Okay. Now here initial internal energy is U1. Okay, and we are supplying the amount of heat from the surroundings Q, and also surroundings doing the work on the system, that will be W. So algebraic sum of these three will be equal to the final internal energy, will be equal to the final internal energy. Are you getting my point? So final internal energy U2 will be equal to initial internal energy U1 plus heat absorbed by the system plus Q and work done on the system plus W. Okay. Now bring the U1 to the left side. So U2 minus U1 is equal to Q plus W, and change in internal energy U2 minus U1, that is called delta U, which is equal to Q plus W. So this is the first law of thermodynamics, the mathematical form of the first law of thermodynamics, that is called delta U is equal to what? Q plus W. Delta U is equal to what? Q plus W. Are you getting my point? Now here the important thing will be the and one more important thing, the differential form of a first law of thermodynamics will be equal to du will be equal to dq plus dw. Du will be equal to dq plus dw. If you integrating on both sides, integral du will be equal to integral dq plus integral dw. So integral du limits from u1 to u2. So integral du will be equal to u and upper limit u2, lower limit u1. So you will get u2 minus u1, that will be the delta u. Are you getting my point? So delta u is equal to integral dq means q and integral dw means w. Are you getting my point? Now here the sign convention is very important. What are the sign conventions regarding work and heat? Work done on the system we know plus w. Work done by the system is called minus w. That means work done on the system is called positive. Work done by the system is called negative. Already in the last lectures I explained, if the heat content of a system increases, that is symbolized as a positive. If the heat content of a system decreases, that is symbolized as a negative. Okay, heat absorbed by the system, that is gained by the system, will be plus q, and heat releases, heat lost by the system is minus q. Do you know exothermic reactions and endothermic reactions? There are two types of chemical reactions based on the energy exchanges. If heat is absorbed by the system, that is called endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. If heat is lost by the system, when a reaction accompanying by the loss of heat energy, such reactions are called exothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions. Those reactions which are occurring by the absorption of heat energy are called endothermic reactions, and those reactions which are occurring by the loss of, by the liberation of heat energy is called exothermic reactions. Okay, now here what are the conditions we have to be consider? System should be closed. System should be closed and system must be at the rest position. System must be under rest condition, and also there should not be any electrical field and magnetic field. That means absence of which field? Electrical field, otherwise magnetic field. Are you getting my point? So these two fields should be what? Absent. Now the important conclusions of the first law of thermodynamics. Let's suppose if the process is isothermal and the system is ideal gas. Do you know in isothermal process temperature is constant? Yes, and also the internal energy is a function of temperature only. Okay, if the temperature is constant, the internal energy is also constant. Internal energy constant means, that means there will be no change in the internal energy. Okay, from the first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equal to what? Shall write Q plus W. Here delta U becomes 0, so Q will be equal to minus W, otherwise minus Q will be equal to W. Are you getting my point? This is the application from the isothermal process. Q equal to minus W in the sense, here Q will be positive, that means heat absorbed by the system, and W is negative, that means work done by the system. Otherwise, if you take the minus Q is equal to plus W, minus Q in the sense heat released by the system, plus W means work done on the system. Are you getting my point? That means how much of heat energy absorbed by the system will be equivalent to work done, because there is no change in the internal energy, because change in internal energy is 0 regarding the isothermal process, and the system should be ideal. System should be ideal gas, remember. And the second process will be isochoric process. Isochoric process where the volume of the system will be remains constant. Are you getting my point? And change in the volume will be 0. That means here work done W is equal to what? 0. So from the first law of thermodynamics, delta is equal to Q plus W. Here W becomes 0. So shall I write delta U is equal to Q. Whatever the heat energy absorbed by the system, that will be only used to change in the internal energy. There will be no any work done. There will be no any work done. Are you getting my point? That means delta U is equal to Q. That means when heat is absorbed, that means internal energy what happens? Increases. When heat loses, internal energy decreases, because internal energy here equal to heat content. Okay. For next process, adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, what happens? There is no heat exchange between system and surroundings. Okay. You take the Q value 0 or delta Q value 0. So from the first law of thermodynamics, that is delta U is equal to Q plus W. Here I am writing Q value 0. That means delta U is equal to W. That means whatever the work done in the adiabatic process is only due to the cost of its internal energy only. If a system expands, when a system expands without supplying any heat energy, what happens? the internal energy will decreases, because the internal energy, by utilization of internal energy only the system can expand. Are you getting my point? So that's why internal energy decreases. If work done on the system, due to work done on the system, what happens? Internal energy, what happens? Increases. So work done by the system is on the work done by the system on the cost of what? Its internal energy. And one more important process we have, cyclic process, where the state function change in the value become 0. So delta u 0, again delta u is equal to q plus w. Here delta u value 0, so q will be equal to minus w, otherwise minus q will be equal to w. Okay, and one more important process we have, isobaric process. Iso means same, baric means the SI unit for the pressure will be bar. So isobaric means pressure should be constant, so there will be no change in the pressure. There will be even delta P or dP will be equal to 0. From the first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equal to Q plus W. Here the Q, which is called at a constant pressure, the heat exchange will be known as a change in enthalpy. Known as what? Change in enthalpy. This is very, very important. Okay, at a constant volume, at a constant volume, heat exchanged is nothing but the internal energy. At a constant pressure, heat exchanges is known as a change in enthalpy. Change in what? Enthalpy. Okay, now here some objective questions we have. Question number 37. What is the question number 37? A system absorbs 100 calories of heat and does work 209 joules. Remember, here units are different, calorie and joule. First of all, convert the unit calorie into joule. Do you know 1 calorie will be equal to 4.18 joule? So here system absorbing how much of heat? Q is equal to 100 calories. So shall I write 100 into 4.18 joule? That will be equal to 418 joule system absorbs. And does work. That means here system absorbing how much of heat? 418 joules of heat. And what is the work done by the system? 200 joules. So work done by the system will be equal to negative work. So from the first law of thermodynamics, from FLOT, so delta U equal to, shall I write Q plus W? What is the Q value? 418. W value 209. So 209 joules. Are you getting my point? That means the final internal energy increases by 209 kilojoules, because delta U nothing but U2 minus U1, which is equal to 209 joules. Are you getting my point? And the next question, that is the question number 38. A system absorbs 20 kilojoules of heat. That means the Q value given as a positive, because heat absorbed by the system is positive. And also does work. That means work done by the system. So W will be equal to minus 10 kilojoule. So from FLOT, shall I write delta U is equal to Q plus W? Yes, Q value 20 and W value minus 10. So you will get delta U equal to 10, which is nothing but U2 minus U1 is equal to 10. From here U2 will be equal to U1 plus 10 kilojoules. So from this expression we can conclude that final internal energy increases by 10 kilojoule. Increases by how much? 10 kilojoules. So option number A, first option. Are you getting my point? And the next, that is the mathematical representation of a first law. Generally, what is the first law? From FLOT, first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equal to, shall I write Q plus W? Let's suppose W, work done by the system. Work done by the system, shall I write the minus W? So delta U is equal to Q minus W. From here Q is equal to delta U plus W. Delta U or delta E, both are same, because change in internal energy. delta E or delta U. Are you getting my point? So this will be the first option. This will be the first option. Are you getting my point? And next to question number 40. In the question number 40, how much of heat absorbs? 200 joules. So shall I write here Q is equal to 200 joules, that is positive, okay, and expand by 500 centimeter cube against a constant pressure of 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. First of all, expand by, that means change in the volume is given 500 centimeter cube, okay. Do you know 1 centimeter will be equal to 10 to the power minus 2 meter, and 1 centimeter cube will be 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. Because the pressure is given in Newton per meter square Pascal, so volume should be measured in the SI unit, that is the meter cube. So I am writing 500 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter cube, okay. Now what is the pressure? P external is given here, that will be equal to 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square, indirectly Pascal, okay. Now here first of all we have to calculate the work done. How to calculate the work done? Now we know work system expands against a constant external pressure. When the external pressure is constant, that process is called irreversible process. In irreversible process only, P external value equal to what? Constant. P external value equal to what? Constant only in the irreversible process. So what is the general expression for work done? W is equal to minus of integral P delta V, limits ranges from V1 to V2. Are you getting my point? The pressure is constant, so bring the pressure outside to the integration, so you will get delta V. So integral delta V nothing but V, upper limit V2, lower limit V1, so change in the volume I am writing. Now here minus of, what is the P external is given here? 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square into, what is the change in the volume here? 500, okay, I am writing here. Okay, now what I am writing here? Minus 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square into 500 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube, okay. So finally you will get minus 100 Newton meter, nothing but joule, so minus 100 joule. So what is the heat absorbed by the system? Plus 200, and work done by the system minus 100. So from first law of thermodynamics, delta U will be equal to what? Q plus W. Delta U equal to what? Q plus W, okay. So delta U equal to, what is the Q? Plus 200, and what is the W? Minus 100, so that you will have plus 100 joule, okay. So what is the question? Change in internal energy plus 100 joule, option C. Are you getting my point? Now the next one, question number 41. 1 mole of ideal gas expand isothermally against a constant pressure of 3 atmosphere. So again, against a constant external pressure is, whenever against a constant external pressure is given, then the process will be irreversible process. Once again I am repeating, if the P external is given in the question constant, the language of question is very important. The process will be irreversible process. The process should be what? Irreversible process. Now what is the initial volume given? 10 liters, and final volume is given 35 liters, okay. Now first of all, what is the work done? Minus P external into change in the volume. The P external value given 3 atmospheres, okay. Change in the volume 35 minus 10, that is the 25 liters. So overall the work done value will be equal to minus 75 liter ATM. We know 1 liter ATM will be equal to what? 101.3 joule. 101.3 joule. So finally what is the work done here? Minus of 77,597.5 joule. Are you getting my point? Now temperature is constant. In the question it is given isothermal, so change in the temperature will be 0, okay. Now what will be the change in internal energy? Change in the internal energy del U is equal to, we know, NCV delta T. Okay, so if the temperature change will be 0, that means no change in the internal energy. So change in internal energy here, what happens? 0. Change in internal energy 0. So ultimately, from the first law of thermodynamics, delta U will be equal to what? Q plus W. Delta U 0, so Q plus W will be 0. So Q equal to minus W. Q equal to what? Minus W. So Q equal to, what is the minus W? That will be 77,597.5 joule. Are you getting my point? And the next question number 42. In the question number 42, a system. In the question number 42, a system loses heat. Remember, that means the Q value equal to minus 100 joule. Okay, and work done on the system, that is the positive work, which is given as a plus 200 joule. Okay, now find the change in internal energy. Now tell me, from first law of thermodynamics, shall I write delta U equal to Q plus W from the first law of thermodynamics? Okay, now here delta U equal to, what is the Q value? Minus 100, and what is the W value? Plus 200. So overall delta U will be equal to what? 100 joule. So question is, find the change in internal energy, that is the 100 joule. That means internal energy increases by 100 joule. This is very important. If the final internal energy is the question, final internal energy increases by how many joule? 100 joule. Okay, and last one more question we have. A system loses what? 200 joules of heat. That means Q will be equal to minus 200 joules. And does work equivalent to, that means work done by the system, here also negative work, that means minus 100 joules. So from first law of thermodynamics, delta U will be equal to what? Q plus W. Q plus what? W. Okay, from here delta U equal to minus 200 and minus 100, so minus 300 joule. And what is the option? Final internal energy increases or decreases? There is a negative sign, so I am writing U2 minus U1 will be equal to minus 300 joule. So from here U2 will be equal to U1 minus 300 joule. That means final internal energy, there is a negative sign, that's why I am writing decreases by 300 joule.